Greetings to everyone and welcome to our new webinar AlumilCAL Tips and Tricks. The webinars are brought to you by the departments Alumil Academy and AlumilCAL of Alumil S.A. My name is Christos Karanikolas and today I'm going to present you the first episode of our webinars with the title Quick and Easy Construction of Windows with AlumilCAL. In the support, my colleagues Vasilis Kerestegis and Panagiotis Christostomides will answer to any question you have during the presentation. In order to ask a question, click on the chat icon on the bottom of your screen and then type your question in the red square in the right bottom of your screen. So, let's proceed with our presentation. As you can already see in your screens, I have already created a project and in this project I have already set the preferences for glass and color. I will create a position without setting any other system preferences, for example profiles, hardware or anything like that, to see how much time we need to finish the position. I will create a double SAS window with an S77 system. Okay, let's proceed. New position, S77, standard, okay. And then creating the opening. Adding the dimensions. And choosing typology, turn tilt, the stepped face, okay, great. So the first window that pops up is the position properties. I'm going to choose the position properties I want, fill in the blanks, drainage, the cap, the corners I'm going to use. The color, as I already have said, is already selected in the job preferences. Center gasket, sealing the structure, and the glazing bead gasket. Okay. Next step, to choose our profiles. I will select the frame I want and click on it, the 77510. And then the meeting style profile for PVC hardware, this one. And also this SAS. Okay, save and close. The profiles are already selected. And moving on to the next step, which is the glazing. We will ignore additional articles for the moment. Okay, the glazing is also also already set as a job preference, so we have nothing to do here. Proceeding to the next step, the hardware, the final step before finishing the position. The hardware window pops up. We click on the hardware we want to use, the handle, hinges, slave leaf lock, accept, and finish the position. Now, you may think that this is not so bad, it's quite quick, but if you have a large project with a lot of positions, it's very annoying, it's very frustrating to select over and over again the same profiles, the color again, and the position properties, hardware, etc. Now, to avoid all this, I will show you a way to insert a position in a quicker way. This is very easy. We're going to use your database menu, global preferences, system preferences, and then a window pops up with all the possible combination of system, subsystem, and rule packages. In my occasion, I want to select the system preferences for S77. I will not mess with the first system preference for S77, the standard. I can create as many as I want below that. As you can see, I have already created some for stepped camera and stepped PVC. It's very easy to create. Right click on the standard, click on new, name it the way you want it, as I did here, OK, and the system preferences are created. Now, in the system preferences I have created, I can set profile preferences, hardware preferences, and the position properties. Let me show you when the window open. It may take some time. OK, it's ready. Now, in the top left corner, we see three basic tabs: the profiles, the hardware tab, and the miscellaneous tab. The miscellaneous is actually the position properties. So, the first thing I want to do is to set the profile preferences. For the frame, as I have already said, I want to select this profile. Okay. For window, going to the next step, stepped face. The window size I have selected is this one. I click on the drop-down menu. I choose which profile I want to use as a preference and click on it, and that's all. I can set all the preferences for all these options you see: frame element, window, door, wall connection, as I already did here. And once you're finished with the profile preferences, you go to the next step, to the hardware, where you can see below the hardware tab there is two more tabs, the window and the door flash face. And under the window tab, you can see all the possible topologies for this system, for the S77. I have already set preferences for turn, tilt, and meeting style topology. It's the same way. I will show you. Click on the dots here, and the window pops up with the hardware. You click on the drop-down menu. You click on which hardware we want to set as preference. The same with locking plate, handle, hinges, and slave leaf lock. Okay. Next and final step for the preferences is the miscellaneous, actually the position properties. I want to say that in general, in the system preferences, you have to set all the options for any topology. Because if you forget to select an option, let's say, for example, for the ceiling to structure, you forget to select the perimeter and you leave it as no preference, then the system will not recognize what you have selected and will stop the procedure and ask you what you want to set as ceiling to structure. So pretty important to fill all the blanks. Perimeter here. The center gasket, drainage caps, same procedure as we do in the project. Corners, the glazing bit gasket, the performance, and the glazing bit variant. Once you have selected all the preferences you want, you save and close the window. Now, there is a possibility that in a certain project you want to use different profiles for this system. It's pretty easy to change it. Go to the job, project preferences, system preferences, and click which system preferences you want to change. You make the changes you want, and the changes are applied only for this project. The main system preferences you set for the program, it's not it's in the same it's not touched. Okay, so that said, let's move on and see how quick is to create a position with the system preferences. We go with the same way as previous. Select the system, 77, okay. The subsystem, and here in the system preference, it's the only different thing to do. Click on the drop down menu, click on the system preference you want, okay. Great. Create the opening once again. The dimensions, I will make the same as the first position. Proceed, and now you only have to select the typology, step face, okay. And now it's everything automated. As you can see, the profiles will be selected by the program. The glazing, same thing, selected by the program. And the hardware also. The only thing you have to do is to click on Finish Position, and the position is ready. So in this way you can see how many clicks you saved, how many time you saved with this way. Very efficient. Now, I would like to show you a small tip how to save a profile system options as a favorite. And what I want to say, for example, if you want to use for the S77 system, okay, you want to use the subsystem standard and the system preference the stepped PVC. Okay, this is the normal profile system you want to use, and you don't want to choose every time the system, the subsystem, and the system preference again. It's pretty easy to save it this way. You click on the dots. As you can see, I have already saved here. Save current selection as favorite. Name it the way you want it. Okay. It is saved, and the next time you want to create a position with these preferences, click on the drop-down menu favorites, the favorite system you want, and here it is. Okay. Now this was a small tip. Let's proceed and see how we can import from a library a position. Another quick way to create position in your project. I have already created a position in the library, and I'm going to show you how to import it. It's pretty easy. Here on the import from function and the little arrow here, you select it, position library, the position library window pops up, you select the position you want, okay, and then the a window pops up where we can amend any info you want. For example, the name or the color, the performance, whatever you want. In this occasion, I will just change the dimensions. You can also mirror the position. Click OK, and here you have created very quickly a position in your project. Another thing you can do with this function, another tip, is the import from element template. You choose this one, and let's see how the favorites work. You choose from the favorites tab, the drop-down menu here, the S77 you have created previously. Okay, and then a window will pop up with all the possible, with a lot of possible position templates for the typologies of this system. You have a lot of options. In this occasion, I will make a turn tilt window, step face, and you can see that after I input the dimensions, you can see that because we have already set the system preferences for this system, it will be automated the procedure. I'm doing nothing. I'm not using my mouse. the program finishes the position by itself. Okay. Now I will show you the last quick way to create a position today, and this is how to copy a position from an already created position in our project. So let's say we want to create a double SAS window, but with different dimensions. I click on this position, right click, copy, quantity 1, okay. The program created the position here, and the only thing I have to do is to right click on it, edit the grid, change the width, finish position, and this is another way to quickly create a position and in an efficient way in your project. So to sum up today, I have shown to you how to create a position with his system preferences, how to create the position, to import a position from element template or a system library, and how to copy a position from your project. The presentation is over. My colleagues, Vasilis and Panagiotis, will continue to answer your questions for the next couple of minutes. After the presentation, you will receive an email containing a link where you can watch today's video recorded, or you can register to the next webinars. Thank you for watching, and we're waiting for you in our next episode with subject Quick and Easy Construction of Doors with AlumilCAL. Have a nice day.